Hello, DGens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes College Football Week 1 Best Bets, Locks, and Predictions. I, of course, am the perfect one, AJ. Joining me, as always, is the man with the numbers, the sportsbook whisperer, college basketball guru, daddy of the diamond. All hail the king of the links, the money train, Mr. Noah Engelbretson. Noah, how the hell you doing today, Bob?
AJ, I'm doing great, and you know why? We got a little taste of college football. We got a little taste with that week 0.
Yes.
Um, Man, that Ireland game was a hell of a watch.
Fucking Scott Foster.
Sign me up to go to fucking Ireland if they're serving, if they're gonna have computer issues or internet issues and be serving free concessions and beer every game. Like,
Oh, it's
hell
awesome.
yeah. And always great to see Nebraska do Nebraska things and blow a nice little lead to a not great Northwestern team. But I am really, really excited for week 1. I get to watch all the teams I actually give a shit about, all the teams, whether it's as a fan or just, teams because they're exciting. I want to see what they do this year. So I cannot wait for this week 1 of college football.
No, I'm with you, bud. It's one of the, we've been talking about it for so long, off air mostly. I mean, we had our, power rankings and everything for the division, but no, this is where really we hit the ground running, bro. This is where life gets good, and it is a nonstop sprint until bowl season, Noah. And we got a beautiful, and I mean beautiful, 4 days of football coming our way this weekend. 5 days of football. That's right. There's a Monday night game this year. Let's fucking go. But no, obviously the first thing that comes to mind when you see a beautiful slate like this, you got to bet almost every single game. I mean, we're not going to bet every single game because we'd be here for about 5 hours. But I think we.
I'm like, AJ, how much time you got if we're doing the entire slate of? I don't even know how many games there are. Like probably 100 games. Probably not quite 100, but I'm sure there's 80 or 90 games week 1.
Easily.
Somebody's got the number out there, but there's no way we're going to sit here and cover all of them. We have picked out, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 games that we'll be handicapping. The 10 games that AJ and I determined are the most interesting ones to watch of week 1. You can agree or disagree with that, but those are the 10 we're handicapping.
And if you're looking for us to handicap any Alabama game, sure as hell not going to do it here, so go find somewhere else.
And hey, if you want a specific game handicap for some reason, tweet at us. Tweet at us at Degenerate Takes, at Angle Money Train, at the Brofict One. We'll respond. We'll give our advice.
Games for you. We're gonna probably handicap it either way, so we'd love to share the wealth. But Noah, I think we just got to dive right into it, bro. Thursday night we got football. First game, week 1, West Virginia and Pitt. We got the Backyard Bowl, right? That's what they're calling it. That's the marketing for it.
Oh, I didn't see. Are they calling it something?
Dude, yeah, they're calling it like the Backyard Bowl or something like that because West Virginia and Pittsburgh apparently hate each other.
That used to be a huge rivalry that got dissipated by conference realignment stuff.
Oh, you gotta love conference realignment. No more of that coming anytime soon. But no, it's a 7.5 point spread. West Virginia's getting the points. They're the underdog going in. 240 on the money line, minus 305 for Pitt. Total at 51. Noah, first pick of college football. What you got, bro? What are you looking at?
I've been trying to talk myself into taking West Virginia on the points because I do think Pitt's overrated. I don't think they should be quite up ranked at 17. I actually don't think Pitt should be in the top 25 right now. I know they had an incredible season last year. I don't think Lightning's going to strike twice. Nah. However, I'm staying off that line right at that 7.5. It's a nervous number for me. What I do love about this game, over 51. Lock me in on the over on this one. I am going big time over on this one.
No. The first thing I saw when I started looking at this game was 51 that had dropped from 53.5 when it opened originally. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. You're giving me 51 points with 2 quarterbacks that came in through the transfer portal that are trying to prove themselves and a not good defense traditionally on either side. Yeah, slam the over at 51. That's a lock. And then I'm also going to throw – I convinced myself to take West Virginia in the 7.5. So I'm taking the spread. I really enjoy it. And honestly, that's probably one of my favorite picks of the day. West Virginia going to get it. I'm not, I might sprinkle a little on the money line. No, I'm not sure if I'm feeling that frisky with my first college football bet, but week 1. But 51 and give me the side at 7.5 for West Virginia. Moving on, Noah. Oh, we got one of our favorite schools here on this show. Penn State coming in against Purdue. 3.5 Penn State being the favorite, -170 on the money line, plus 143 for Purdue. 53.5 is the total. Penn State coming off of a honestly disappointing season last year, and James Franklin probably starting to get on that hot seat maybe. Noah, what do you think about this game, and which way are you going?
Well, it's going to be a really interesting one. Both of these teams look to be much improved from last year. 2 of the top 20 for sure, probably defenses this year. 2 potential fringe top 10 defenses in all of college football here. You're giving me 52, 53 points on the over-under, complete opposite of the last game. I am slamming the under on this.
Oh, yeah.
And because I expect this to be a super low-scoring game, I'm not going to take Purdue on the money line, but I'm going to take the 3.5. I like that number.
Really?
I think Purdue can keep this to a field goal game.
Yeah, maybe. But Penn State in September is, I saw the stat earlier, some ungodly number. And, no, I'm riding. Give me Penn State minus the 3.5. And no, I can't change my pick because I liked it so much I put it on the shirt, bro. That's right. The shirt is back this year. We are back. We are rolling with Penn State minus the 3.5 on the shirt. I like it so much I put it on there. Give it to me, Noah. That's my lock. That's my lock of the weekend right there. Penn State minus the 3.5 is my big play for the weekend. I'm going to stay away from the total. I do kind of like the under after what you said. But 2 teams that really are setting out to prove themselves, and Purdue pretty much trying to be Purdue. I'm taking Penn State with the 3.5. I'm not sure about the total. Let's move on. No, we got Friday night action as well. Illinois, the Fighting Illini, going up against
Illini. AJ, we're gonna get this eventually. Illini.
Tortellini.
Okay.
Fettuccine.
Alfredo.
Fettuccines. But anyway, that Illinois school going up against the Indiana Hoosiers, who are 3-point home favorites, -155 on the money line, plus 130 for the Illini, and 45.5 on the total. No, I mean, it's Friday night football, so I'm gonna watch it. But I hate watching Illinois play because I really don't know what I'm gonna get from them. They had a good weekend last weekend, but I don't know, man. Which way are you leaning on this one?
Give me Illinois going into Bloomington on the money line, starting the season 2-0. Now, I would not have said this other than the fact that Illinois looked kind of damn good last week against Wyoming. They absolutely blew out Wyoming. I know they were about a 2-touchdown favorite, but they killed them. Their defense really, I don't know if that's a product of Wyoming just being way worse than I expected them to be. But I do know Brett Bielema is a hell of a coach. He had a really good stint when he was at Wisconsin. I think he's got this program trending in the right direction. I'm taking the money line on Illinois, and this over under seems low to me, so I'm jumping on the over. I'm taking over 45 on this easy.
Yeah, I'm with you on the over. I love 45.5. That's a low number for college ball, so give me the over there. I'm ready to get hurt again by Illinois. No, I was hurt all last season. I'm going to ride with you on that money line play. Let's go. Go into Indiana, beat the shit out of them Hoosiers, and regain my faith. And if you regain my faith this weekend, I might call you by your proper name. We'll see what happens with that, though. Noah, let's go into Saturday. Where do you want to start there, bud?
Oh, you know where I want to start, AJ.
Let's
you know
go.
Exactly where we need to start. And, I've had some time. I'm ready to have my heart broken again.
Noah, already?
Actually, kind of last season wasn't quite as bad because the expectations were so low, but expectations are a little bit higher this season. I'm ready to potentially have my heart broken again. U of A kicking off the season at San Diego State. This one did open. And if you got the really early lines like a month or two ago, double-digit San Diego State favorite. Now only a 6-point spread.
Yeah. Yeah, that line dropped heavily, bro. I've been watching that motherfucker move. And, I mean, I've been keeping up with the U of A, obviously. We're good alumni. I definitely didn't ignore a call today that was to give the school more money. But I'm more cynical when it comes to this, Noah. I have been to so many football games, have had to sit through so many seasons with these high expectations, or even mediocre expectations that, maybe win 5 games. Maybe, and I still think that's kind of their ceiling. Maybe win 5 games, maybe win 4 games. And until they can hit those benchmarks, I really don't want to go off on it. It's a 6-point spread now.
Yeah,
against
6
SDSU.
points. Right, correct.
I hate that spread. The touchdown. Oh, fuck. I think Arizona plays better. What's the total at again?
46.5.
Oh, yeah. Give me the over. Shit. Arizona on the spread. Oh. Where are you going with, bud?
I'm going to take San Diego State minus the 6. Disclaimer, a little bit of a happiness hedge there. I'm staying off this over-under because I expect our offense to have some struggles. I think our defense can hold its own. And we do have the number 1 preseason ranked special teams unit in the entire country. Number 1 punter, Austin Dorp. Shout out to him. He's a fucking monster. Greatest punter at the college level. We've got a really good kicker too, for once. Now I don't have to avert my eyes every time Lucas Havrasek comes out onto the field to kick with his career 62% field goal percentage. I'm not going to go into that rant, but he's gone. He's gone. We're good. We got a really good kicker now. His name's escaping me. We got the best punter in college football. I think our defense and special teams keeps this game relatively low scoring, keeps us in the game, but ultimately I hate to say it, but I don't think we have the firepower to beat what should be actually pretty good San Diego State team. So.
Yeah, it should be a solid squad, and that's why I've kind of been curious that the line's been dropping, and that is more of why I'm jumping on U of A, because someone knows something out there that
I think there's a lot of hype on U of A. A lot of people think the program's trending in the right direction. I've seen experts or handicappers picking U of A to have as many as 5, 6, or even I've seen 7 wins for some people. I don't think we're going to get that high. I'm happy. I'll be personally happy with a 4 or 5 win season this year.
Yeah, no.
I mean that's a 3 or 4 game improvement over last year.
Yeah.
Shows we're going in the right direction. So I'm happy with 4 wins.
Let's go 4 wins, baby. 4 wins.
I hate that I'm happy with 4 or 5 wins.
They're down Arizona.
But you know what? Got baby steps.
All right, let's keep it moving. Noah, what do we got next?
We got Oregon at Georgia. I should probably be double checking to make sure none of these are at neutral sites, because that does tend to happen sometimes. Chick-fil-A kickoff is okay. It's in Atlanta, so
okay.
Basically a home game for Georgia. Not quite. Georgia getting 17 points in this one. Oregon ranked number 11. Georgia ranked number 3. It's interesting looking at some of these lines, and we'll get to another one later, but the amount of drop off from about the top 4 or 5 teams in the country to the rest of the teams, you can just tell by these lines. You've got the number 11 team against the number 3 team, and you got a 17-point spread. That's pretty ridiculous.
That's rough.
And
that
over under
kind of a shout out to the state of college football right now.
Yeah, over under at 53, AJ. What do you got on this one?
I mean, listen, Georgia, let's not sugarcoat it. Okay, I don't think they're going to repeat. I don't think there's a chance in hell they repeat, especially.
No, they lost 8 out of their 11 defensive starters.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a much different team. I don't think schemes or anything like that are going to change. And and honestly, I didn't do enough research on Georgia to know if they got a bunch of 5 stars coming in seal that up. But still,
Oh, they always do. They always do.
And it's going to be next man up and everything, but, you know, it's a brand new core of guys. I think the defense, especially week 1, is going to be a little bit shaky. And the offense is going to be something I just got to see. One of those things, just got to see it, feel it out. I like the total going under. You said 53.5, right?
53 even is what I'm seeing.
53 even. Yeah, go ahead and give me that under. I wish they would have given me the hook, but I don't think you're going to need it because I don't think Oregon, even though it's a new Georgia defense, is going to put up a lot of points. It's fucking Oregon, and 17.5, I mean, shit. I'm not touching that spread personally. That's just too high for me, and it's not one of the, like 20 and something I'll touch, but 17.5, it's a weird number. I don't like it. So, yeah, just mark me down for the over on that one and give me Georgia minus 15,000 on the money line.
The over.
Under, excuse me.
Okay.
Under 53, my bad.
Just wanted to clarify
I've been
there.
taking so many overs, I'm not used to it, you know.
Yeah, AJ, you pretty much stole the thoughts directly out of my mind. I'm thinking the same thing. I think Oregon's going to struggle to put up more than like 14 or 20 points.
Shit,
I just don't. I said I think they'll struggle to even put up like 14. I don't know that this Georgia offense is going to really run away with it, which makes me nervous on the 17-point spread, as you said. And I'm just going to jump on the under. So doing the same exact thing you did for once actually ended up with pretty much the same thought process to get there.
Yeah, no, that's crazy how that happens after you've been doing a show with someone for a year now. But
well, it's pretty rare. There's one or two of them a week.
Every once in a while. All right, Noah, moving on, please. What do we have next on this gorgeous slate?
Cincinnati, the Cinderella darling of the college football playoff last year, playing at Arkansas. Let me just check my notes.
Everyone's hype on Arkansas. I don't remember them being impressive last season whatsoever. What am I missing?
They have been gradually improving year in and year out. Arkansas,
no, absolutely. I'll give them that. But
Arkansas getting 6 points. By the way, Cincinnati ranked 23rd. Arkansas ranked 19 coming into the season. Arkansas 6-point favorite, over under at 52.
6-point favorite. This is one of those. This is going to be kind of like my feelings play of the week. Okay. I think Cincinnati is after, the Cinderella run last year, barely making it in, squeezing in there, putting up a decent performance. They did what they could. I think they're hungrier. I think they're hungrier than ever. I think the message.
I think they're hungrier.
Hungrier.
Huh.
I think they want the whole enchilada, brother. I'm not saying they're going to get it, but I'm saying that's the thought process, and that was the message throughout camp probably. It was like, hey, boys, we got a taste. I don't know about you, but I want to be smoking cigars after we win a natty, so let's go and get it. And I think that's been the message throughout it. You said a 6-point spread, right? Yeah, give me that 6-point spread. If they don't win the game, it's going to be a 3-point game. I think it's going to come down to the wire at the end of the day. I am not on the Arkansas bandwagon whatsoever. That could all change if they impress me this season, but, what have you done for me lately? And that's not a fucking lot. So give me Cincy with the points. And then I'll sprinkle a little on the money line. Go ahead and throw that on my card. What do you got, Noah?
I got 3 words for you. Woo pig suey, baby.
Fuck off.
I am jumping all over Arkansas to cover that 6 points. Cincinnati losing Desmond Ridder, losing some other key pieces there. They had a hell of a season, but it was one of those one-off seasons when you see with, anybody but about like 5 or 6 teams in the country. They have the capability. There's a lot of teams that are really good year in and year out, but they have these one-off seasons where, they make the playoff or go to like some bowl game that's way better than they normally go to. I think it was a one-off season for Cincinnati. I don't think they repeat. I think they're going to have 3 or 4 losses maybe this year. One of those is coming week 1 to Arkansas. And, I'm just going to take Arkansas on the points. Going to stay off the over-under on this one because I'm not sure what to expect on that.
No, that total is sketchy as hell to me. Noah, what do we got next on Saturday?
We've got the Mormons.
Oh, God.
Straight out of Provo, Utah. BYU at USF. BYU a 12-point favorite, over under 58. Not uncommon to see a BYU over under really fucking high. AJ, if this was 2 years ago when Zach Wilson was there and I was telling you, I don't care how big the spread gets, take BYU on the spread every time. That was 2 years ago. I'm not,
Yes.
we're not on the same wave with BYU anymore.
No shot.
Still a good team, I believe, ranked 25th coming into the season. USF, only notable because their coach, name's escaping me, but he is one of the, probably 8 or 10 coaches who's already on the hot seat. It's prove it or you're going to get fired before the season ends type of season for him. So BYU 12-point favorite, over under 58. What are you thinking on this one, AJ?
12? Shit, I hate that number. Dude, this is a hard one for me because, we have such a good history with BYU and everything, but you start getting into these double-digit spreads with some of these schools, and that's when it gets a little sketchy. Money line, you're going to get no value, right? That's got to be at like plus 1,000 or something like that, 980 or whatever.
12 points. 12 points. Yeah, I was going to say because...
Yeah, 12 points spread, you're probably looking at 1,000.
Yeah, because I want to say a 10-point spread's usually around like minus 700-ish.
Yeah, and I'm with you, and I think this is going to be the parlay buster of the weekend, honest to God. I think this one is the one where people look at it, they see that big spread and that big money line, and they're like, that's the safety one for juice. So give me South Florida with the points and then sprinkle a little on the money line. No, I'm feeling a lot of dogs this weekend, bro.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with that, but I don't hate the logic. I always hate, like, I never put in those parlay boosters. It's just, there's so much that can go wrong by just throwing in those odds that don't really boost your payout that much, but just give you a little extra juice. And then the risk isn't worth the extra payout in my mind. However, this is a matchup where I'm not picking a money line. I'm picking a spread because I think South Florida is not trending in the right direction. I think they're going down the toilet. I love, I'm going to butcher his name, but Shlani Yataki or whatever is BYU's coach. Apologies, I totally butchered his name there. But love him, love his energy. I think it doesn't matter that BYU has, still lost some more key players this year. I don't think they're going to be as good as 2 years ago. I don't think they're going to be quite as good as last year, but they're going to be in that top 25 for most of the season. Again, USF is going to struggle to make a bowl game this year. So to me, the 12 points on BYU is a no-brainer. Give me the Mormons. And you know what? Give me the fucking over in this game, even though it's at 58, because BYU's gonna drop 45 points on their own.
Jeez.
So,
all right, we'll see. We'll take a look at that, Noah. I believe we only got one more game on Saturday, right? And that's the big boy.
I think we have 2. Yeah, 2 to cover on Saturday.
All right. Oh, that's right. Utah, Florida coming out.
Yeah.
How do we got that game looking?
Utah is a 3-point favorite playing at Florida. Over under at 51.
I don't even have to deliberate on this one. No, this is Utah. Utah with the points all day. I'm on that bandwagon. They're going to be the best team coming out of the pack, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's not a goddamn thing we can do about it. I think they're going to have an incredible season.
Yeah, AJ, looking at everything, I think this was the most disrespectful fucking line of the week. And hopefully I don't have to fucking eat my words week 1. But Utah's got a very good chance at going 12-0 in the regular season.
Oh, yeah. Very real.
I mean, Florida's the only risk in their non-conference schedule. There's only 2 games in conference that they'll even, they got Oregon and USC, but I don't think they're going to have to worry about that. I mean, God, for fuck's sake, in the 2 games against Oregon last year, they outscored them like a bajillion to 20. I think Utah's going to bring Pac-12 representation back to the college football playoff this year. They're going to be 13-0 going into that playoff. It's going to start with a 2 to 3 score win over Florida in Florida. I'm not even fucking worried. That's my lock of the week. If I did a shirt, I would have Utah -3. 1,000 times on there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Utah's defense is going to hold Florida really low. I think they're going to score a lot of points. I mean, I think Utah could easily win this game by 20 or 30 points potentially.
Easily.
That being said, I don't love the over-under at 51.
No, don't like the over-under at all. Staying away from that. And Noah, that brings us to the nightcap.
The biggest game of the week.
Biggest game of the day. That's going to be Notre Dame and Ohio State. 17.5 points spread. Ohio State's the favorite. 550 on the money line for Notre Dame. 59 is the total. Noah, Notre Dame, new head coach, new QB, new everything. I mean, and this Ohio State team. I mean, the Ohio State. Please don't copyright. Give us a copyright strike for that. Sorry, Ohio State. But, I mean, it's the Ohio State. They got C.J. Stroud, who's going to win the Heisman this year. I think Ohio State is going to go on a tear and win the whole fucking thing this year. I mean, give me Ohio State. Give me the 17.5. I'll take the minus 17.5 all day long. I'm staying away from that total. 59 is just way too fucking high.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite side of this one.
Wow.
Here's how I think the game's going to go. I do think Ohio State's going to win. I think that's a pretty safe bet. Notre Dame's going to play Notre Dame football. They just promoted their defensive coordinator. He's a very defensive-minded coach. Notre Dame already usually played kind of boring defensive games. I've previously, for the last 2-3 years, my whole thing, AJ, with Notre Dame, I was like, they love to win, they hate to cover.
Yes.
I'm going against that. New coach, new game. I'm going to say they're not going to win, but they are going to cover.
Damn.
And I think they're going to cover by playing really tough defense. I think they're going to have some really good defensive schemes ready. They've had a number of weeks to prepare specifically for Ohio State, whose offense looks, aside from a completely new crop of receivers, looks pretty similar to how it did last year. I think Notre Dame's going to come out really strong in the first half. I think the first half is going to be very low scoring overall on both sides. Notre Dame might even be up at halftime. And then Ohio State's going to make some adjustments, come out, score a little bit more in the second half. But I am slamming the under 59, and I love Notre Dame to cover.
All right, we'll see what happens on Saturday night. Noah, do we have lines up for the Sunday game?
Sunday we do. We do not yet for the Monday game, but we can tweet those out at a later time when they are released.
Sounds good to me. Noah, what do we got for Sunday night football?
Got the Florida State Seminoles going to play. Let's just make sure it's not I think it is a neutral site game. Yes, playing LSU in New Orleans.
Okay.
New head coach Brian Kelly for the Tigers. Go Tigers. Rest in peace. Well, he didn't die, but
who, Lou Fickle? No, fucking who?
Ed Ogeron, Coach O. Yeah, he's not dead, but go Tigers. That's dead. No more go Tigers.
No more of that. Just a lot of family. But anyway, Noah, what's the line on this one, bro?
LSU getting 3 points. Over-under is at 51.5.
3 points?
Yes, LSU 3-point favorite.
All day. I mean, LSU, they got some good pub. They got some good recruits. They got some good transfers. They are gonna. I don't think they're gonna play well, and I think they're gonna win games they're supposed to win. And this is one of those games they're supposed to win. So go ahead, give me LSU on the points. Not going to take them a lot this season, so jump on them while you can. I don't think this Florida State team's got it. I really don't, Noah.
Yeah, they looked really good last week, week 0, but they did play Duquesne. So, can you really, does that even fucking matter? I don't know that there's no, extra intel or information gained on that game. Yeah, you blew out a much shittier team. Congratulations. God, I'm back and forth on this one. So hard.
Do it, Noah. Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
No, I am truly way back and forth on this one. And
make a pick
at the end of of the day, the only pick I could settle on was under 51.5.
Wow, fine, Noah. Fine. Gun to your head, you have to pick a team. Who do you pick? No points.
Florida State.
Damn. All right, interesting.
But
I can't blame you.
You know, if you gave me like a 4.5, I'd be all over plus 4.5 for Florida State.
Oh, absolutely.
So I might buy a 1.5. I might keep an eye on that if it moves. You know, take something a little different. But sitting at 3 even, I don't like it.
I don't blame you there, Noah. That is the entire slate, though. We got all of our picks. I mean, Noah, week 1, college football is all the way back. Decent betting is all the way back, Noah. Let's have a fucking great weekend, dude.
Hell yeah. And we, you know, whether we come at you with a quick little 2-minute video or just on the Twitter with that Clemson Georgia Tech game, we will be capping that one as well.
And you got to follow us on the Twitter and all socials. So you go ahead, follow, you go to the link tree, in the description to find our socials. You like, share, and subscribe to the channel to help us grow. Stay up to date with everything Degenerate. And hey, we will be live at a bar, Boondocks Patio and Grill in Tempe for ASU games. So come say hi, check it out, and gamble on ASU with us. It's going to be a hell of a time. The boys out here on the Arizona team are ready to go. And, yeah, college football's all the way back. Noah, anything else to say to the DJs before we get out of here?
Hey, man, I'm just glad college football's back. We're going to have NFL for you real soon next week. And, yeah, stick with us. It's going to be a busy and really fun sports couple of months coming up here with the baseball playoffs, World Series coming up. NHL, NBA will be starting up in no time. Obviously, yeah, October, busiest month out of the year, sports-wise. That's right around the corner. Can't wait for it.
Oh, it's going to be a great time, Noah. I'm beyond excited. Again, please like, share, subscribe. Help us grow the channel. And I've been the Brofict One. That's been the Money Train. And we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.